You wait till the eyeball come on, but I want to show y'all something. Share with some that's I don't know what people's situation is. I know what my situation is, but this is something that we went over it yesterday, but let me share my screen.
You don't need a hand.
To have the opportunity to restore their Second Amendment rights to bear and carry firearms. United States Attorney General Pamela Bondi, and I'm paraphrasing, she said, people in America have been disenfranchised for far too long for their rights to carry firearms based on past mistakes and prior convictions. It's dumb. Under 18 USC 925C. Now, it's clear that they do not want to do this in a categorical manner, meaning they don't want to say, okay, your charge is this old and you was locked up for this, so you automatically eligible or you automatically not eligible. They don't want to do it that way. They want to do it on a case-by-case basis, and they want to make a determination to see who they believe is a threat or a danger to society and should not have these rights restored. Legislation should be available for the public this week. I know they said it's going to be about $20 to apply. They're expecting over 1 million people to apply in the first year. I'm just trying to give y'all everything I remember about it. World News for the Hood will be all over the topic. If you feel like this affects you, stay tuned to World News for the Hood. If it affects somebody you know, share this video with him. Adam, whatever, any questions you got, drop them in the comments. I will try to clear up and answer any questions, any confusion, but it's official. Convicted felons will have an opportunity to restore their rights to carry and bear firearms pursuant to the United States Second Amendment. For the hood, for the people that don't follow politics and don't understand what's going on, people that did past bids or have prior felony convictions are officially about to have the opportunity to restore their Second Amendment rights to bear and carry firearms. United States Attorney General Pamela Bondi, and I'm paraphrasing, she said, people in America have been disenfranchised for far too long for their rights to carry firearms based on past mistakes and prior convictions. It's dumb. Under 18 USC 925C. Now, it's clear that they do not want to do this in a categorical manner. They don't want to say, okay, your charge is this old and you was locked up for this, so you automatically eligible or you automatically not eligible. They don't want to do it that way. They want to do it on a case-by-case basis, and they want to make a determination to see who they believe is a threat or a danger to society and should not have these rights restored. Legislation should be available for the public this week. I know they said it's going to be about $20 to apply. They're expecting over 1 million people to apply in the first year. I'm just trying to give y'all everything I remember about it. World News for the Hood will be all over this topic. If you feel like this affects you, stay tuned to World News for the Hood. If it affects somebody you know, share this video with him. Adam, whatever, any questions you got, drop them in the comments. I will try to clear up and answer any questions, any confusion, but it's official. Convicted felons will have an opportunity to restore their rights to carry and bear firearms pursuant to the United States Second Amendment. For the hood, for the people that don't follow politics and don't understand what's going on, people that did past bids or have prior felony convictions are officially about to have the opportunity to restore their Second Amendment rights to bear and carry firearms. United States Attorney General Pamela Bondi, and I'm paraphrasing, she said, people in America have been disenfranchised for far too long for their rights to carry firearms based on past mistakes and prior convictions. It's dumb. Under 18 USC 925C. Now, it's clear that they do not want to do this in a categorical manner, Meaning they don't want to say, okay,
that
your
right
charge
there?
is this old
Right
and you was
there.
locked up for this, so you
Look.
automatically eligible or you automatically not eligible.
See
They
it?
don't want to
It's
do it that
down
way.
there?
They want to do it on a case-by-case basis, and they want to make a
No, the
determination
one
to
up top
see
right
who
there.
they believe
Yeah.
is a threat or a danger to society and should not have these rights restored. Legislation should be available for the public this week. I know they said it's going to be about $20 to apply. They're expecting over 1 million people to apply in the first year. I'm just trying to give y'all everything I remember about it. World News for the Hood will be all over this topic. If you feel like this affects you, stay tuned to World News for the Hood. If it affects somebody you know, share this video with them. Adam, whatever. Any questions you got, drop them in the comments. I will try to clear up and answer any questions, any confusion, but it's official. Convicted felons will have an opportunity to restore their rights to carry and bear firearms pursuant to the United States Second Amendment. For the hood, for the people that don't follow politics and don't understand what's going on, people that did past bids or have prior felony convictions are officially about to have the opportunity to restore their Second Amendment rights to bear and carry firearms. United States Attorney General Pamela Bondi, and I'm paraphrasing.
Now, we talked about this yesterday briefly, but I showed this. But I mean, this is for people that, you know, if you're a convicted felon, you can get your gun rights back. Now, you probably won't hear this down with most of the channels that you go to, so I tried to put the hashtags different to get a different audience, because, well, you know how it is down here, and I ain't part of the sector, but the Mode 3 sector, they want you to remain stupid. They're not going to tell you truth down here. So this is truth. This is truth. I'm not a lawyer. I'm just somebody else that knows how to read the law. I don't know, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not a lawyer, but I know how to read. So I showed y'all yesterday. It says 925C. So you go to 18 USC. (925C). Share my screen with you. So go down to right here. I mean, I did this yesterday, but it was kind of deep into a long lie. Right here. A person who is prohibited, let me make it a little larger. Person who is prohibited from possessing, shipping, transporting, receiving firearms or ammunition may make application to the Attorney General for relief from the disabilities imposed by federal laws with respect to the acquisition, receipt, transfer, shipment, transportation, or possession of firearms, and the Attorney General may grant such relief if it is established to his satisfaction that the circumstances regarding the disability and the applicant's record and reputation are such that the applicant will not be likely to act in a manner dangerous to public safety, and that granting of relief would not be contrary to the public interest. Any person whose application for release from disabilities is denied by the Attorney General may do what? file a petition with the United States District Court for the district in which it resides for the judicial review of such denial. The court may, in its discretion, admit additional evidence where failure to do so would result in a miscarriage of justice. I'm not going to go to the rest of that because what I wanted to say is this is federal law. By this being federal law, if you already stay in a circuit where the circuit court already ruled that you can get a gun, because the Second Amendment, let me bring up the Second Amendment. So I'm going to go to this site where it just plainly states the Second Amendment. So this is the Second Amendment to the Constitution. It says, a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. There is no other text saying if you're a convicted felon, you can't bear arms. That's a statute. The Constitution is the law of the land. Now, by them putting this extra stuff in now, I mean, it's a good thing or it could be a bad thing. It's a good thing just because, you know, you can put into the Attorney General and they can make a decision and then you got your right to bear arms. But where I'm from, the Third Circuit, and I want to pull up the case. So let me share my screen with you what our circuit has done. The Third Circuit, which includes Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and Delaware. Blue hot. So when you just type in Third Circuit case law, it brings up the cases. So when you first come on it, it says the Third Circuit has addressed the Second Amendment right to bear arms in several significant cases. Key rulings include striking down Pennsylvania's law restricting gun carrying by 18 to 20-year-olds during emergencies and established that felons, even those with old convictions for nonviolent offenses, may have Second Amendment rights. So these are the ruling. Now, the problem that you come upon is not everyone. Shout out to Lil Mama Grand Rising fan, salute. The problem with the circuit courts is there's a split in the circuits. I think the 7th Circuit, which I think is Chicago, 7th Circuit doesn't agree. So when there's a split in the circuits, the Supreme Court is supposed to, give us guidance and say, yo, it's supposed to resolve the issue. But in the 3rd Circuit, like I said, you can do that. I think it's in the 5th Circuit too. You can carry a firearm. I don't even know how to spell right, that one. So here go the key rule is there. There go y'all first one right there. This was February 5th. That's Texas. 5th Circuit is Texas. I don't know what other states it encompass. The 5th Circuit, I don't know what other stuff. But if your circuit court, that's the highest court that's the highest federal court you can go to in the feds in your circuit, wherever you stay at. If they say, the gun law is unconstitutional, it's unconstitutional. Meaning you can carry a gun, but that was one of the things that I was looking at in the Mo 3 case is like, if the circuit has already ruled on it and they know the gun law, what is that going to do for all those people that they convicted of illegal possession of a firearm by a convicted felon? And is it a good or is it a bad thing? How it's going to affect money? How's it going to affect crime? Is it going to turn to Wild Wild West? Which I know for me personally, I think it's good, but I was going to carry it on anyway because now I can carry my knife and a gun. Damn. I know one thing it'll stop. It might stop all of this trolling and shit. Man, nigga know you can get his ass bust. They'll stop trolling, and a motherfucking woman want to keep talking out her mouth all crazy. She'll stop trolling you. Yeah, it might stop some of these domestic violence and everything. But it sure mean a lot to, well, I ain't gonna say it mean a lot to Black, but it's a lot of us that we've been to jail for nonviolent crimes, and they take away your right to vote. They take away the right, basically, to protect your family, which is a God-given right. So your first guidance, even though I'm showing you that now they have a statute, you have 2 recourses to carry arms legally. one, you can go to their attorney down. I don't like in Pennsylvania, you guys got to go to your local office and to get, like, you got to go to your local police department to get a license to carry. Now, I don't know if they're the ones that send it to the. Oh, so the Supreme Court did rule on it in 2024. I didn't even know that they had. See what it say? The people refers to all members of the national community. Those words alone says it all. We the people, right? So we supposed to be able to have the right to bear arms. I think it's a good thing. But to put additional, to go through the other way through using a statute, it's on a case by case basis. Then they want you to pay $20. I mean, $20 is not, of course, not much. But me wanting to be as private as I could, I wouldn't want to go through the 18 U.S.C. code. But it'll be up to you. Like, I wouldn't want to go through the code to get it when the Third Circuit, they've been ruled on that. See, people don't, these not are, the people not going to tell you about this. I mean, we're in troublesome times right now. You might need to put somebody down. You want to put them down legally. So you can put them down legally now. If you think about it, just because you, let's say, wrote a bad check, you supposed now you can't vote, you can't bear arms. That means you're vulnerable to those in society that chose to take. Now you can bust their ass. You can you can shoot. But I believe that an armed society, I think it's going to put other people in check, not just, it ain't going to put people, I don't think the hood won't get their guns, period. They're going to have guns, period. They're going to find a way around the law. That's getting around the law. But to allow felons to have their gun right, everybody else, it depends on the person. The gun does not just like crack off. Somebody got to pull the trigger. The person pulling the trigger, what they pulling the trigger for, that's all that counts. I think it'll protect us more from the police thinking that they're gonna come up and just do whatever they want to do to you. Nah, especially these roid rage fucking cops that they be on roids or some shit, trying to look big, fucking shirts fit all fucking tight. They just want to be big because they know when they go out on that street, they don't know what they coming up against, but that them roids they taking, it puts them in a rage, and then next thing you know, people in, well, not just people in the black community, but people in the community die. Because the cop done shot somebody that was unarmed. Now, imagine you armed and the cop pull you over and you legally armed. Yeah, he gonna think twice about talking crazy to you, anything. Talk crazy to your wife, telling you to step out the car and all of that. Yeah, he'll think twice. You should cut down on tickets too. I say tickets, dumbass tickets. Where jokers just come up there and write you up for all of that. And just think in the mind, what was the guy? I'm trying to think where it was. Philando Castro. He was legally armed and they still killed him, but imagine you legally carrying. I think that cop, I don't know how it goes back. You can't resist arrest. I think the Supreme Court ruled that there is no justification for resisting arrest. But all them fucking illegal arrests on some bullshit, I bet you those will stop. If you got, they see that hammer, you got that hammer on there. That also means that can't provide probable cause for a stop. And it can't provide probable cause to search a car because you have a gun. Because if a gun is legal to carry, legal. See, I think they starting to line the I think Trump at least is trying to line the Constitution up. Because there's always been, you know, the cops just like creating their own fucking laws in their mind. And then you got other people that they don't know the law. So they'll go along with what the cops saying. I'm not one of them. I'm not one of them. That's why we have problems over here as it is. Because one thing I'm gonna protect us from is getting any strikes based on the law or anything like that. Because I'm gonna read the law. So, but I'm not a lawyer. So I'm not giving you legal advice. We're just talking. I still don't know nothing except for I go a law firm saying it right here, right down in the Fifth Circuit. They telling you what it is. You don't believe me? I go a law firm saying it. Why don't y'all call them and see how much they charge? See how much they charge you for a $20 application if you were to go through the statute. I like to see like the first, but did you notice when the guy's talking? Watch what he said. This is what they actually, when they reported it, they did say disenfranchised and far too long, but they looking for that money. Just how much they expect to make.
She said, people in America have been disenfranchised for far too long for their rights to carry firearms based on past mistakes and prior convictions. It's dumb. Under 18 USC 925C. Now, it's clear that they do not want to do this in a categorical manner, meaning they don't want to say, okay, your charge is this old and you was locked up for this, so you automatically eligible or you automatically not eligible. They don't want to do it that way. They want to do it on a case-by-case basis, and they want to make a determination to see who they believe is a threat or a danger to society and should not have these rights restored. Legislation should be available for the public this week. I know they said it's going to be about $20 to apply. They're expecting over 1 million people to apply in the first year. I'm just trying to give y'all everything I remember.
1 million people at $20. The only thing I would like about that part is they already did the numbers. So you know somebody gonna get robbed. Only thing is there's relief through the district court, and the district court has to go by the circuit court ruling, because they know that if you appeal the circuit court, they're going to automatically win. So the district court is not going to just deny it. I was telling y'all on here, there was a case here in Pennsylvania. This was right before COVID. The guy, he had a body. He had a manslaughter charge. And he got caught. So they consider him a felon in possession. So he had court, so they're trying to charge him federally. The magistrate is the one that denied the government. But it was what the magistrate said in there, that if you thought he was a danger to society, y'all let him walk around this whole time for 2 years with the gun and didn't lock him up, didn't seek detention or anything like that. So the magistrate denied him. And they took it to the district court, and then it went to the Court of Appeals, and that's how we got our case law in the Fifth Circuit. In the Third Circuit. But you read the Constitution, it's plain. Do it say anything extra about, if it says shall not be infringed. The right to bear arms shall not be infringed. And that's what the courts are starting to rule, that by the plain language, But I guarantee most of y'all don't know this one thing. And people hate Clarence Thomas. Clarence Thomas then said this in like 1995. I think the case was U.S. versus Lopez. They locked the young boy up in the school zone because he had a hammer. And they overturned it because that shit ain't had nothing to do with commerce. But in the concurring opinion, Clarence Thomas, he wrote it and said, first of all, it was too many gun laws, and by the plain language of the Constitution, like all of these things not supposed to be before federal courts. Clarence Thomas, the one that everybody called Uncle Tom and all of that. He's the one that been trying to keep y'all out of court, out of the feds. But you won't believe that statement right there, you know. It's just from me reading a lot of case law when I was in the feds, and because most people was coming there with guns. gun charge. But the note is this. When you read the Constitution, and this is especially important to, I would say, the state of Texas. You don't ever feel like the state just keep making up all these fucking laws, keep tightening the laws up so you can't fucking live, can't breathe, you don't know what the fuck to do. Some of these laws have made people the way they are. Because the plain language of the Constitution was for a free state, all the states to be free, but each state got you doing, each state don't want you to be free. They damn near want you to be goddamn slaves to their laws. That sink in though, those words. Now, I ain't gonna talk about this because I don't want people to take it the wrong way. I understand this Constitution a little bit more because I understood constitutional law. The reason why Donald Trump is putting in the Republicans is we are a republic. We're not a democracy. We are a republic. I don't vote one way or the other. We are a republic. So who do you think put all of those harsh fucking gun laws, all of those drug laws, giving motherfuckers mad years? Niggas is really only users. They use drugs, but they get caught with a rock, 5 grams of crack, and you had a mandatory, and all they did, all they did was put the drug in the fucking pipe, and smoke it. Now, as far as Trump putting that in, it's a good thing. I don't agree with everything. I don't agree with MAGA. I ain't MAGA. I ain't none of that. Make America great, because we wasn't never great in my eyes. But the thought of the New World, what they planned, was to get from under the crown of England. So that independence, yeah. But shit just didn't do anything but come right over here. It brought England to America and took over the land that people like us, indigenous to the land, that look like the land. I want to say this is almost this might be better than reparations. Everybody talking about reparations. Man, fuck that money. That shit go ahead and be worth zero. Got plenty of ways to earn money. Like, I don't want no reparation. And it's a trick. It's a trick anyway. And you could just go grab your land, and that's what Georgia. What circuit is Georgia? I know Georgia is scared. Them southern states, they're gonna be scared of this. See, the southern states, there's a lot of land out there, and if people find out that they got land out there, and let's say the county or whatever it's in, they're trying to keep the land and you don't know you own the land unless your people was educated and they formed a trust. Maybe it's Donald Trump making it easier for us to get our land back. He was the first president, or before he became president, Donald Trump was the first person to ever go in front of Congress and tell them that those people was not Indians. Now, the importance of that is, how many of y'all remember when they first put out the list of the PPP loans? Who had got the PPP loans? And see if any of those people got locked up. No, they did a second round. when other people started getting it that didn't have family in Congress or anything like that. It was just regular people. That's when they start locking people up. Start paying attention to who was getting the money. They ain't do shit to them people that first round. You know what they did with the money? Went bought all that farmland. They went bought a lot of farmland. People don't know. This is shit that people ain't educated on. The government gives you a grant on a farm for a cow. It's like $1 million just to get a cow. And all the cow gotta do is just go chew. They made it so easy. They made it so easy to take the land, cultivate the land, and disenfranchise us, our people. Actually told us, go move over, y'all go over to the West Coast, wherever. That was the Trail of Tears. Everybody didn't lead them. Some people stay in this new, that's why we're such a strong people. take a lot. I ever heard about that town they built? It was like 20, how many people? Let's see. Here we go right here. Let me share my screen. And this is crazy that how many acres they bought. Y'all remember this story right here? So let me ask you a question though. Anybody that's a thinker person. How many of these black families you think even look their roots up and then to see where they came from and know if their family had land? How many any of us do that? So what if they just invested in their own land? They owned it from the beginning, man. I mean, it's a good thing, but to say safe haven, I'm like, what you mean a safe haven? I wonder how much they bought it for though. 97 acres. Oh, look at this. I don't even like the way it's stated. We're creating legacy. We already had legacy. We are. It's been our legacies. To be honest, that's why we don't get along. So my older cousin, I'm not buying no land from my own family. I'm not buying. Why would I buy land from my family just because we ain't never meet? You know my grandmother, don't you? You know my great grandmother. That was her land before you was staying there. Why? So why would I'm gonna buy land from my grandmother and my grandfather? I'm gonna buy their land from another family member. I'm not buying that land from a fucking bank. I wanted to show you the picture. What color do you see right here? I ain't trying to preach, but I'm just, what color is this? This is this dirt. This is in Wilkerson. So in Genesis, if we formed man out of the dust, just the dust, right? Ain't that the dirt? Now, let me do something real quick. What that said. That's what this channel was. This channel was originally Wise Learned Leaders is owned by this company. We are the receipts. People say they was always here. I hope they understood when they say I was always here. Hope you understand what wise learn leaders are. You know, I say, don't let that go over your head. It's a guy. He, no, it was a woman. It's a woman to help create this because it was another one. It took us some time to get this together. So then you know when I say I'm an educator, I'm an educator or adjudicator. I'm from the old school. I'm gonna learn you. Now, not I'm gonna teach you. I'm gonna learn you because you're an enemy. So I need to learn the enemy. That's how my grandma taught. See, wise learn leaders is the different direction. So So some people disagreed with the direction I was going with the mystery game. So I formed another channel, but it only got 98 subscribers. But nevertheless, when it's registered with the state, it's a multi. Don't let this go over your head, because look at the IRS. So you think I would tell a woman on here how much all 98 of those people was? She don't know those all 98 of those people. That was part of the wise learned leaders. How many people left? That's how I don't play chess. Grand Rising. So when I tell you that we at war, I'm smoking raws or whatever, telling you we at war. Let me ask you this. Who do y'all think formed that? I don't know, dude. Whoever formed this, that they or if they ever formed a logo, they know that they've been told me what was coming. So they know I was never lying. I don't know what other shit my partners be into. I'm just not, you know, I don't know nothing because I don't know what my partners be into. Somebody had to form this logo. They wanted to help. And they didn't want to hear about they didn't want to hear arguments and shit about like this morning. There, I said I pay attention to detail and people know asshole about details. Like, see this? I remember I did the quiz and I said, what's different about this logo and this one? That's any different. Somebody answered this question, so if you was here before, you'll know the answer to this question. Fine. See how big the established 2022 and wise learned leaders. Fine is different. I like brushed nickel. But one thing you'll see here, do you see any type of color here where like I care who my partners are? I don't see yellow. I don't see her. I don't know who you are behind here or whatever. I never met 98 people at one time except when I was in boot camp. Normally, a business doesn't start seeing a profit until about 5 years. Well, I don't know who the fuck the Move 3 sector is or who they thought they was playing with or whoever. I've been counting them for how many years? Starting with Ratchet TV, I've been counting the money. He's not a part of Wise Learn Leaders. So the Wise Learn Leaders that's here now or that is listening out and just said they weren't gonna log in. What you think? How much you think? we were. So if they worked in a, let's say they worked in a beauty salon, they would be able to walk away. Multi-millionaire. I heard of Stephen Hawkins. All he does is blow into this thing, and they tell him he's he's smart. No, Stephen Hawkins. He's in a wheelchair and everything. No disrespect to him or anything like that. But when I see certain symbols and certain things said, I know if it's truth, and I know I don't have to, but I already saw. And the person that do that. So they know that I'm protecting several brands or subsidiaries. So there was no pussy sold on this on this channel. I kept the integrity of this channel. I Kept the integrity of the company. But as you've been here, then you came up here and you talked to me before and you sent me. I have old emails from you. I see you standing there, such a happy, happy pair. Love, yeah, look at that, look at that. Let me get back to this. So, it's a young lady that helped me get everything together. And that was to write down what I was going to talk about, just to keep like focus. So she would be like my producer or something like that. But she was subscribed to the channel. And as I kept saying it, I was putting, look at the thumbnail. I keep telling my partners, I know where they live. No matter if I argued with them before or whatever. Now, at our next meeting, I want to see how many partners are ready to come up. It was 98 of them. I never asked her to come up. In fact, I prefer to not, but if you did, and you see me and I seen you, but If I don't get, hold on, let me change this back first. I don't know who the partners is here either. So I'm going to show you it. So, but it's an emoji. What's that? What's that emoji right there? Anybody know what that emoji is supposed to mean? This is what it says. No matter what I say up here, and what you've seen over here, we are always a company. I adapt and I overcome to whatever. So you will understand this morning's live if you was here. What I do personally, online, I fish mermaid and Bigfoot. I want you to look as I changed two things. This is education. If you have a question, ask the question. Anybody that came here and you was arguing with me, stating your point, I'm not even stating it. But if you hacked our computer, we was always a company. And I caught you in my personal business. So when I say you're going to jail, I'm not no rat. I have a company to run. I have partners in healthcare everywhere. People weren't telling me stuff for no reason, and they shouldn't have ever thought that I wasn't listening to them, even when they thought they didn't like what I was doing. Well, I didn't like what you was doing, but I did take the stuff down. Say no, man of my word. But also know when people can't stand the truth. Reason I don't show Cash App anymore is to protect the safety of the company. So if I sent you a Cash App and you came over here as a troll against Move 3, you're not partners, you're not nothing, I don't need to know you. Like Mr. Rainwater, Ratchet TV, I don't know them. Somebody made a very big mistake in hacking this computer. Sometimes I'm saying things that if you don't understand, you don't understand. Let me see if I can pull up a video.
Presents 7 decades of marching and rifle drill precision. Premiering at Marine Barracks, Washington, D.C. during the Sunset Parades of 1948, these Marines performed their precision drill in numerous public appearances throughout the United States and abroad for hundreds of thousands of spectators each year. In addition, they represent the Marine Corps at numerous ceremonies in the national capital area, honoring visiting dignitaries and heads of state. Comprised of infantry, the silent drill platoon executes its drill sequence without cadence or verbal command. The M1 rifles they carry, with fixed bayonets, weigh in excess of 10.5 pounds. Representing Marines around the world, the silent drill platoon demonstrates the finest in Marine professionalism, discipline, and esprit de corps. The platoon commander is Captain Evan Campbell from San Antonio, Texas. The platoon rifle inspector is Corporal Jose Soto of Los Angeles, California. Ladies and gentlemen, Marine Barracks, Washington, D.C. proudly presents the United States Marine Corps Silent Drill Platoon.
The knife and the gun.
Lord have mercy. Live in the building. I dance on my damn self. You ready? Where them fans at? Where them fans at? Where them fans at? Hit me one time.
You're the only person could have sent me this.
I got my boots on the ground. I got my boots on the ground. Where the fans at? Get up by your seat. Let your body move. Cowboys and cowgirls, they feeling the groove. Sipping on moonshine, fire barrel rolling. I'ma get behind that thing, girl, and hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it. Whoa, 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 whoa. Got my boots on the ground. Yes, sir. Lord have mercy. Whoa, got my boots on the ground. Fans, please. I hope you got good knees, cause we gon' get it up. Everybody's dancing to that juke joint love. Hold on to your wig, hold on to your man, cause the steppers in that building, y'all, and it's going to fan. Come on. Whoa, 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 whoa. Got my boots on the ground. Yeah. Whoa, got my boots on the ground, baby. Wait a minute. Boots on the ground. Kicking up some dust. Boots on the ground. Kicking up some dust. Wait a minute now. Where them fans at? Where them fans at? Where them fans at? Hit me one time. Hit me two times. Oh, 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 oh. I got my boots on the ground. Yeah, yeah. Oh. Oh, 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 I got my boots on the ground. Wait a minute, let me do that one more time for the ones who ain't hear me. Listen here. Boots on the ground, kicking up some dust. Boots on the ground, kicking up some dust. Wait a minute now, where them fans at? Where them fans at? Where them fans at? Hit me one time, hit me two times. Oh, 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 I got my boots on the ground. Oh, oh, yeah. Oh, 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 I got my boots on the ground. Y'all know I don't mind. Yes, sir. Boots on the ground. Where them fans at? Boots on the ground. Where them fans at? Where them fans at? Where them fans at?
That's how you. I'm 12 million in 2 months. That's how you educate a motherfucker. The niggas ain't hustlers. I don't know if I'm mistakenly showed where it came from, but $12 million in 2 months. What? Some people don't believe shit stink till they smell it though. Or don't see what's right before their face. So we found Bigfoot earlier this morning, and then a mermaid jumped up here. So we're going to Panama City. See if any mermaids come up. family trust altogether. You can't find it online. You're gonna return all of that money because I don't know who y'all thought y'all was fucking with. You're gonna return all of the money. Have a good day.